All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're opening up the playbook for how to turn your passion for photography into an actual thriving profession. If you've ever been at an event, camera in hand, wondering, how do I make this my job? Well, you are in exactly the right place.
So, you've got the eye. You absolutely love capturing those moments you can never get back, and you probably know your way around a camera better than most people. But turning that passion into a career that pays the bills, that can feel like the hardest part, right? If you're full of passion but you're missing that clear plan, this is for you.
Okay, so we're going to break this whole journey down into 3 distinct phases. Think of it like a roadmap, because it's not just about taking great photos. It's about building a solid foundation, learning how to actually run a business, and, creating an experience for your clients that they'll never forget. So let's jump into phase 1.
First things first, your craft is everything. I mean, everything. This first phase is all about mastering the technical side of photography and then building up a body of work that proves you know what you're doing. This is where you build your credibility, one shot at a time.
And these are the absolute non-negotiables. You have to master manual mode, your shutter speed, your aperture, your ISO, so you can walk into any room and adapt instantly. You've got to understand composition to create images that don't just show what happened, but actually tell a compelling story. And for event work, this is crucial. You must get comfortable shooting in tricky, low-light situations. This is what separates the pros from everyone else.
Once you've got the skills down, you got to show them off. Your portfolio is basically your resume. You can start small, shoot a friend's birthday party, volunteer at a local fundraiser. What you're really trying to do here is show your range. Can you shoot a corporate event and a private party? And at the same time, you'll start to develop that consistent editing style that becomes your signature look. Okay, so your skills are sharp, you've got a portfolio started. Now it's time to make that switch from being an artist to being an entrepreneur. This next phase is all about gearing up for business, getting the right tools for the job, and really understanding the industry you're stepping into.
Look, your gear doesn't need to be the most expensive stuff on the market, but it absolutely has to be reliable. The must-haves are a solid camera body and a couple of versatile lenses, maybe a fast prime for those beautiful low-light portraits and a zoom for flexibility. But here's the real pro tip. Your backups are just as important as your main gear. A flash, tons of extra batteries, multiple memory cards, that's your safety net. That is what saves you when things inevitably go wrong.
And this is so important to get. Not all events are created equal. A wedding, you're an emotional storyteller. You're trying to capture these fleeting, once-in-a-lifetime moments. But a corporate event, that demands a totally different kind of professionalism. You're often working from a specific shot list. And a concert? That's just a pure test of your low-light skills and your ability to capture that raw, kinetic energy. Knowing the unique vibe of each is absolutely key. All right, you've got the skills, you've got the portfolio, you've got the gear. But here is the secret, the thing that truly defines long-term success, and I wish someone had told me this sooner: great photos are not enough. They're just not. You have to master the entire client experience. And when we talk about professionalism, we're not just talking about showing up on time. It's the whole process. It's how you answer that first email, how you set expectations, how you act on the day of the event, and how you deliver the final photos. Every single one of those touch points, that's your brand. I absolutely love this quote because it just says it all, doesn't it? Your incredible photos, your portfolio, that's what gets you in the door. That's what gets you hired. But your service, your professionalism, that's what makes clients tell all their friends about you. That is what turns a one-time gig into a career built on referrals.
So, how do you actually deliver that 5-star experience? It really just boils down to this. First, communicate clearly. Understand exactly what your client is hoping for. Then, on the day of the event, be a team player. Work with the planners, the other vendors, and just be the calm, confident expert in the room. And finally, deliver those photos on time, or maybe even a little early. Always try to exceed their expectations.
We've covered the foundation, the business side, and the client service. But there is one last piece. It's more of a mindset, really, that separates the good photographers from the truly great ones. And it's the commitment to never, ever stop learning.
This symbol just says it all, doesn't it? Photography isn't a destination you just arrive at. It's a journey that never ends. Technology changes, trends evolve, and there's always an infinite opportunity for you to grow your skills and refine your style. Honestly, the moment you think you know it all is the exact moment you start falling behind.
And that's really the key takeaway here. Being a true professional isn't about knowing everything. It's about recognizing that you don't and being fiercely committed to constantly learning and adapting. That curiosity is what will keep your work fresh and your business growing for years and years to come.
And look, this isn't just some vague idea. You can put this into practice. Keep up with new gear and new trends. Invest in yourself. Take a workshop. Do an online course. Build a network of other photographers you can learn from. And most importantly, be brave enough to ask for honest feedback from your clients and from your peers.
So there you have it. That's the playbook to go from passionate photographer to paid professional. The steps are all laid out, from mastering your craft to nailing the client experience and always committing to growth. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. You have the playbook. What's your first move?